rainy day in July here, which means it's a perfect time to start stripping this for paint. So obviously got to strip it all the way down to the frame, finish welding the frame, clean it, sandblast it, paint it all up, polish up some other parts, just make it all pretty and sexy. There's a lot of parts. We'll see if I can remember how everything comes apart. So we're still doing our giveaway of a welder and $2,000 for your next project. So head over to our website, get yourself one of these that's not all crusty. Get yourself one of these that's not full of coffee, and get your chance to win a welder and $2,000. Before I take this back half off, I need to do some reinforcements, because you can see this whole back plate here is all one piece, wraps around, it bolts on here, here, and back here. So if you take that off, this whole section is completely unsupported from here all the way up to here. I'm just gonna tie in a little bar from here into here, somewhere in there and somewhere in here on both sides, so that this is all a little bit sturdier.
Got the setup going on, blast it out, get ready for some welds, huh?
Yeah, I was doing some of them with the wire brush and it was just too much of a pain. My thought was to avoid getting more sand inside the tubes, but blasting is better, so I'm just gonna go for it.
We got a media cabinet. We're gonna blast some parts, clean them up to paint on Colonel Senders. This is the quick and efficient way to get it done, I think.
For the first time ever, we're getting all fancy here at Grindhard with a real spray gun instead of, you know, bomb cans. So We haven't actually tried this gun out yet. It's just off of Amazon, but it should do the trick. The real exciting part is this stainless steel in a can. Supposedly, you can weld through it, which is one of the main factors, aside from the way it looks, the reasons that we picked it, because we're always changing things and modifying them, like grinding paint off and welding something else on. So as much as I think this thing is done, it's probably not. We're probably gonna weld some other crap onto it, so that's gonna be super handy.
Sam's got the mixie stick here.
Oh yeah.
It's about to get serious.
Wood sticks. We're going the whole nine.
Got my drywall mud mixer.
Apparently this stuff is the real deal. It says you should mix it with one of those for 5 minutes, which is a lot.
I can't wait to see this stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Ethan was saying it looks like bare metal, but permanently. That's a good look.
We saw some rigs at SEMA with this, which is the first time we saw it in person, and we figured it was a must.
If it's good enough for SEMA, it's good enough for grind hard.
Have you ever done this before?
Not with this kind of gun or paint, but yeah, I've done a little bit of painting. So
Okay.
we're gonna see how it sprays and just keep adjusting it. So we got a little test pipe up here.
We got a bunch of little pieces here, like this is the reverse shifter lever thing, all sandblasted up and ready to paint. I'm going to do an extra coat on some of these control arms and stuff, just get it extra thick and strong, and then pretty soon we'll be ready to paint the main chassis. It's all welded up, just got to finish sandblasting it. So this was not intentional, but we're getting an immediate test of the weld through feature of the Steel-It paint, because we missed a hole here in this control arm and painted over it. So about to find out if you can weld through it. Well, I mean, seems to work. Definitely bubbles up the paint a bit, but that's to be expected. Yeah, I love the look of a wrapped exhaust. Down here I wrapped it around both sides for a little while just because they're so close together I couldn't actually get the wrap between the two pipes, so it's just double wrapped there for a bit, which hopefully doesn't cause clearance issues, but I think the clearance, the hardest clearance is in this area and just threading it through there. So. Well, at long last, it is time to put the body back on the Jeep and make it a Jeep instead of just a weird thing. So, I'm filling this front diff with Lucas oil because it's super sticky and super, you know, lubricatey, which the front diff needs to stay alive. So, but it's very thick. It's like squeezing cold honey through a straw. Man, it's hard to believe that this thing's actually done. Like, when did we start it? November, and now it's July, almost the end of July. It's a long time. Haven't really done any serious math, but somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 hours is a safe bet into building this thing. And yeah, I mean, when we got this engine and put it next to the body, I just looked at it. I was like, that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to rethink this, but it worked. It turned out, and it turned out awesome. I love the way it looks. I think it's the best looking thing we've built yet.
That orange really turned it into a KTM too.
Yeah, I love that it's got like a solid KTM vibe while still maintaining the Jeep Hurricane look. And yeah, it's hard to believe it's done. I feel like it's not still. I've been working on it so long, it's like, oh, but it's not really done. I mean, nothing's ever really done. There's always more things we can do to it, but it's, you know, it's complete, it's working. It's all welded, it's all painted, and it's beautiful. I want to just like roll through town in this thing and then promptly get arrested. We finally tracked down a four-wheeler dyno that we can go to, so we can actually find out how much power this thing's putting to the wheels. And of course, you know, as everyone knows, power to the wheels is very different than power at the crank. So this engine's rated for like 105 horsepower. We're not gonna see that number at the wheels, but it'll still be really cool to get it on the dyno, and also then we should be able to tune it better as well. So that's going to be exciting. We'll also definitely be adding full lights to it. You know, working headlights, turn signals. Well, maybe not turn signals, but maybe just marker lights that look like turn signals. Anyway, brake lights, tail lights. We'll be doing all of that. And of course, we'll do a full send video very soon. As soon as we find a place worthy of this thing. Got a few spots in mind, but then later on, we'll take it down to Moab, do the trails there. This thing is going to be legendary. Yeah, so thanks for watching all 20 however many episodes of this build. It's definitely our longest build yet, and you know, we appreciate you guys sticking around, watching all the videos, and definitely don't miss the full send of this when we get that done. That's going to be excellent.